Hello fans. Well, the sheetrock up here and taping is still drying. It's still damp. I can't work on it anymore today. I did a little bit more patching down here in that wall that had all the big molly bolt holes. So we're trying to figure out what we did. We did sand the walls already, so we're getting ready for paint. But we really need to get the sink and the dishwasher working. So the sink has been mounted now for 24 hours, and that's what the men told us. Wait 24 hours. So 24 hours is up. So we're going to jump right on this sink. We're going to put the baskets in. And the disposer here, he goes in from the bottom like so. Maybe I'll buff that up. That's nasty. Take a Scotch-Brite to it and some Comet cleaner. Alright, well after we get that cleaned up, we're going to install these. So now we're starting to put the sink bowl baskets in here now. We just bought this one, we just got back. It comes with a rubber ring. Now I have cleaned the seat in the sink with alcohol. Put the rubber gasket in. Put the new basket in. New basket with the gasket. Square those holes up just so they look nice. And then there's a cardboard gasket that goes up on the bottom, and then this lock ring screws up from the bottom, and you can just grab the two dogs on the edges with channel locks, or you can drive it with a screwdriver. And I polished the incinerator stainless steel neck all up so it looks pretty much like new again with Comet. We'll line that up, and hopefully when I tighten these up they'll be waterproof. If not, I'll have to take it all back apart. I think I need to get the spigots in first though, because I got to get way back up in here from underneath and tighten the set screws. And my wife's on the phone now, so I don't have anybody to help me. So when she comes back, we'll get her done. So I got to get the sink spigot in before I get the drain pipes in. So how this baby works is this one single post. All the hoses drop through the middle. And on the bottom, you put on this big washer with the plastic against the counter. Screw this collar in, and then you tighten the screws to cinch it down in position. So I'll see if I can at least get that started without help. Now it's going to be a ball of fun down here, because I got to get back up and get those. Let me see if I can find a flash. And back in the day, there used to be a nut on the bottom of that, and you need what was called a basin wrench. A basin wrench to put that on with. This guy. I got a dish pan under here because the sink's been dripping. The shut-off valves haven't shut off. So as you see, I got the washer, the plastic washer, the metal washer, and the big lock nut. And I gotta start them on the hoses. Ease them through the holes here. There we go. I'm trying to do it so you can see what I'm doing, but now I have it started. It's a very fine thread, so it's going to take me, I'll speed this up or something. First I got to turn the spigot too so that it's facing the middle like it should. You know, so the spigot swings left and right. Oh, that's Phillips, dang it. I don't have a long Phillips screwdriver. Alright, that's just snugged up. Alright. Oh, it's tough to get all poised. Alright. So what I'm saying is I gotta get this spigot so it turns left and right like it should. Let's see, that's 45, that's 45. That looks pretty good. Center that up in the hole. Get a Phillips screwdriver. And again, get him so you can see. And I'm going to start tightening these. And I don't want to tighten them too much, I don't think. Just enough to be tight. I don't want to over-reef it. There's a rubber gasket on the top part. Alright, I'm going to call that tight. Alright. Now, ouch. Let's see if she swings left and right correctly. Look at that. I think we got her. Yeah, I'm calling that good. So that's in and out of the way. I might as well hook up the plumbing lines to get them out of the way. And they just go on those two faucets. That'll fix my leak. Now ideally I would have a I think the cold, yes, cold goes on the right, so we're going to just bow him to the right. Is there any reason to do this? Or is it better to just bow it? What do you think? I'm going to bow it. And that's just a small fitting, but it has a rubber gasket, so it should seal quite nicely. And we'll find out in a second here. And this is the one that's leaking, so I really want to get him secured. As I said, you don't have to reef these because they have a very soft rubber gasket in there. Ideally, I'd be using a cross wrench for this, or an adjustable wrench, or an open end, box end kind of wrench. Okay, I'm gonna crack them. These are just quarter turns. And inspect for any leakage. See, these have fresh gaskets on them, so they should not leak at all. Good, that gets rid of my leak under here. So I can get that bucket of water. All right, I'll be back. Okay, I perched the line like they showed in the instructions. And now we just have to click this together somehow. It looks like the spray hose just clicks up on that line. Like so. And that's it. And you know, I want my weight to be down here so I can get as much slack, because you know I use my sprayer to fill my coffee maker, and that's tight. I think I'm going to need a pair of channel locks to pinch that together, but it don't matter right now. Let's see if we get water through it. All right. All right. Okay, I'm going to turn the water on. And the question is, will it reach my coffee maker? Oh yeah. So I want to make sure that I can get it up that far. Alright, that's going to work. Alright. Cool. And the heavy weight pulls this back down in. That's a Kohler, so you know what? Kohler's the bomb, ain't it? So what I want to do is I want to pull this hose up. So the coffee maker. And decide where I want to put that weight. Because the weight is supposed to bring that down. See, that's not coming anywhere near far enough down. Because you want that to hold that spigot in tight.
So that's a mess, you know.
All right, that's done and it reaches. All right, I'll be back. Let's work on this lock up for the, that goes with that. And that goes. Okay, so I've been looking at this, and how this has to work is, I say I can't do it without help. Okay, I gotta wait for the boss. Maybe I can start on this one. Start on this one. Now that's our tie-in for our drain, of course. This guy needs, the sink is so deep that it's very difficult to hold this guy and get this guy to stop. And the trick in most of these threads is you back up until you kind of feel it click. And there we go. And the paper just adds, I don't know, some compression. Now, as I was saying, you can grab between these lugs, a big lug, like that. And cinch them down. And to test it, I put a little water in it. So I'll put the tub underneath it. And put the stopper in it. Put just a little water in there. And sit there and watch. So far, so good. Maybe I can tighten it up just a little more. I think we're good to go. Oh, that's the stopper I just pushed up, so it's not to worry about that. All right. All right, well, there's one side in, but the other side I got to hold it up and put it together and put a snap ring on when all these parts are on the bottom. So, while my wife continues to giggle with her friend on the phone, which is cool. It's good she has friends. Sorry you guys missed that. I got my wife to hold this in position, and underneath you have to put on the first ring and then the second ring with the set screws. And while you hold that up in there, there's a big snap ring that goes in a groove. And then when you tighten these screws, it pulls the whole thing down against it. So we're going to water test it. Hopefully that seals. I don't see anything dripping yet. I got it nice and tight. It's not going to leak. So you don't need plumber's putty anymore. I bought plumber's putty, but maybe I'll just take it back. Let's see. Let's inspect it. I don't care if it leaks around the plug, because that's the plug. I'm worried about it leaking up here. And I don't suspect it's going to be. So now I got to squeeze that, lift that drain plug out slowly. And let the sink drain here. I don't want it to be a big gush. So always test as you go along if you can. Alright, so now we're going to hang the disposer. Alright, we're going back under. Now it's time to hang the disposer. And that is actually pretty easy. It has this slanted 3-tab, almost like a big screw thread. And how you do that is I always put an extension cord, a fresh extension cord on my new disposers so that I can just plug it into the outlet and unplug it as I need to. So what this does, this goes up on like that and just latches. And I'm going to leave it semi-loose because watch how you tighten it is you just put a Phillips screwdriver or something in there and you crank it. Okay? Cool. So now I'm going to try to put the old drain pipe back in here, and that might have to go up or down some. I'm trying to go from that one to that one, the top to the bottom, as you can see. And let's see how close we come. That's pretty good. I need to cut this. I'm going to have to cut this stem right here. That's what I'm going to have to do, because that's where it's going to have to end up. Because this rest of it's the same as it's always been. So all I got to do is cut this guy, this tailpiece, as it's called. And how far does that go in there? It goes in there to that. And it's going to go up. Let me remove this. It's going to press up tight against that. So, right about there. So I got to get me a hacksaw and cut this. Alright, so I got my pipe cut off. And make sure you go around the edges, especially the inside edges, and deburr them, because a little debris will hang up on it. And you don't want to have it hanging up on you. So what you need to do is you came with this gasket that looks like a top hat. That goes on the top first. Then the ring goes on from the bottom. And that presses the flange up against the bottom of your sink bowl. And then you got to get your stuff. Kind of probably be easier if I took the ring off in this one. Yeah, I smell sewer gas. Whew. And put it on that one. Like so. Now make sure you put the taper in there right, because they're tapered one way. And you get him tightened up. And that compresses that tapered O-ring like. Alright. Now, let's see where we are down here. I gotta turn the trap just a little bit. And, oh man. Because I shortened that, now I'm way down. I screwed up. But I think I can fix it by just trading this piece for that piece. Alright, well let's try that, because the fitting going into the...
Are we getting sewer gas or something?
Yeah, that's what that is. I just put it back together, so it should help. Sewer gas, ooh. Alright, so I gotta take this crap all back apart. And that won't come apart that, but let me take this one out. You can see what I'm doing, hopefully. Yeah, there you go, that's a better view. I gotta take this one off. So that we'll just push him in out of the way. Now I gotta undo this one. Drop that one down. Okay. And undo the second one. Gotta get it out where I can get a hold of it. And do off the third one. Pull that guy out. And put this guy back in there. Alright. And put this guy. Where'd my ring go? Ring go. Let's see. Okay, this guy's got to come off from here. And that's got to go on there. It's like putting a jigsaw puzzle back together, isn't it? I should be cleaning these pipes all up, but I'm not going to right now. We'll see if we can just make it work. And then this guy's got to go back in the top. So what we've done is we've just traded places between those two. And we'll see if that lines up good with that. You gotta get that guy in there. Yeah, that's gonna work. This guy, he don't have much give. But it'll work, it'll work. Trap's got to turn around that way. Come back up that way, come on. Now, is that guy too long? He's got to come up about ever so much. Yeah, he's got to come off. I got to make another cut. I'm going to get the sawzall out for this. So we're back online again. We're trying to get this back together. Whew. Stinky. Definitely want to get this guy up in here. Oops. Gotta get rid of it though. Gotta reach the disposer with it. Let's see if we can make this all fit together now. Looks like the disposer is gonna work now. Get him snugged up. Phew. Man, that sewer gas is bad. Whew. Alright. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Bye-bye. That's good. Ain't plumbing fun? No. I would say no. Get him started on there. Good. I'm sorry I'm right in your way. Why am I apologizing to the camera? I don't know. But that should stop the stink. Alright. And these should be, technically, just hand tight, but I like to give them a little hoo-hoo with the hee-hee. But there we go. Back together using the same pipes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab onto them with these channel locks and give them a 1, 2, 3 here. Give them all a little bit of turning. And now the ultimate test. One rotter. One rotter, yes. We'll start out easy at first. We'll just run it into the disposer. That'll plug up the trap. And I just was telling my wife, the only purpose of a trap is to trap the sewer gas. The trap down here fills up with water and it blocks sewer gas from coming out of the plumbing, the sewer plumbing. So that trap fills with water. And right now everything looks perfect. Oh, leaking up there. What the hell is leaking up there? Oh, that might be loose. Let me tighten this up again. Yeah. My gasket was loose there, that's all. I had to loosen it up to fix the plumbing. Now I just need to hook up the drain from the dishwasher. What we'll do is we'll lay out paper towels under here too. And see if anything's getting wet over time for a couple days. Alright. Good to have the sink back, isn't it? Why, can run the dishwasher for goodness sakes. Let's fill it right up and let a good purge go down through. And we'll come back. And of course, don't forget to put the hose clamp on for your drain pipe. Shit. Oh, it's right there. So we need to, I don't know if I can get that under there where you can actually see anything. And we need to get the end of this hose right here. Put his hose clamp on. That's as far as she goes. I thought that was odd when I... And then we'll turn the screw so we can get at it. There we go. I think we are done, folks. Now comes the proof of the pudding, as they say. Run that up. That's too much. Like on that way. There we go. Well, I'm gonna pull the plugs, boys. Give it the full gush. I see the water coming down through the pipe there, you see it? She said. I think we're golden. I like it. Alright, guys and gals, that's all there is to it. This job is done. As I said, we're going to lay out some paper towels in here for the next couple days to make sure we don't have any small leaks, but I think we're done. Finally, getting the sink done. Now we can wash dishes and have dinner. Alright, peace. We're still waiting for the patch job under here to dry, and it's getting pretty close. It's hard to tell with a flashlight. I'd really like to get that sanded and hit before tomorrow, because that'll be just about done. And then we can paint. I think everything else in here is done. This patch up here on this wall looks marvelous. You shine a light across like this, see, and you can see any ripples. There's a little tiny one there. But that's up above the holes, I think. Yeah. That just needs to be hit with sandpaper to take that. But I'm pretty happy with the rest of it. We'll hit the edges a little more. Alright, guys and gals. That's it for now, I guess. It's getting late, it's getting dark, getting hungry. We'll do some more later. Getting the sink back together. We're almost ready to rock and roll here. They're going to put we're going to have the quartz put on the whole walls, all the way around the whole kitchen, up around the window. We've taken the window casing off. All the way around. A backsplash. So we don't have to have nothing. It's totally carefree. Let's put it that way. My next job, the painting. I got to get the get the handles on the cabinets. Handles and new hinges. I've got both of those. It's just a little tedious to do it over and over again.